All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for popping on this call today. Today, we are specifically covering our Plexus compensation plan. So by the end of this training, you should feel confident about what we have to offer. You should feel confident about the opportunity that you have in your hands, and you will be confident in exactly how to make money. It should not be confusing. It's actually pretty simple once you take the time to really grasp how we get paid. So with that, Amber, do you want to share kind of your experience with the comp plan? When did you learn the comp plan? All that good stuff?
Yes, so now I am a huge fan of the comp plan, and I think I'm just super passionate about this business, and I'm super passionate about this comp plan. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. But when I started Plexus, I didn't know anything about direct sales, how they got paid. In my mind, it was the whole thing we hear sometimes, a pyramid scheme, and I didn't understand what a brilliant business plan it was. And so it wasn't until 6 months into being an ambassador that I even looked at the compensation plan, that I even thought about it. And so it's completely changed my life. So I'm excited for you guys to really know it, because I think if you understand it, it's going to give you confidence in what we have, because it is like no other compensation plan out there. And if you know it really well, then you're going to be able to confidently share with other people, like, no, this is not something that's going away. This is a brilliant business plan. So I absolutely love it.
Thank you. Yeah, similarly for me, I never did another network marketing company, no background at all. And so when I started my Plexus business, I wasn't really intending to start a business. I just sort of happened. And so I was really intimidated by the comp plan because they were all terms that I was not familiar with. Not that the comp plan is hard, it's just I didn't want to invest the time in learning, honestly. And I went, my business grew really rapidly. So by month 4, I was already senior gold. And at that point, I had a significant team and realized I better understand the comp plan. If I have a team of people, I need to explain it to them so that they are passionate about what they have. Because I was getting paid, I just didn't know why or how. So now I'm very passionate about our comp plan, because the more that I've learned, the more I have realized that truly we have an incredible plan that is unmatched by any other company. And Amber and I are going to kind of touch on that as we train and talk about why ours is better and why you guys are so fortunate to be part of Plexus. So with that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you how to access the comp plan. And for those of you that don't even know how you're getting paid, I'm going to show you where you can find that very quickly, and then we'll dive right in. So I'm going to share my screen. So you actually, if you Google Plexus compensation plan, you can find this anywhere. Like, you'll find several versions. It hasn't really changed. You'll just find different layouts. And actually, we do have a new one. It's not been officially released, so we're going to go off the one that we have access to. So this is your resource library in your back office. There is a tools tab. You click library, and all of this pops up, and you can see it right here, compensation. Click on that, and we are going to go off this Plexus compensation plan summary chart. So the tab right before it has it all written out in like a Word document. This is the tab we're going to kind of look at for a quick glance. So I'm going to have that open. That's what we're going to be referencing today. Also, if you're not familiar on how to figure out where your commissions are, it's simply in your reports. Pretty much all we do in our back office right now, most of our action is going to be in reports. So go to commission summary. And then I'm not going to go through all the pay stuff, but just know right now it's in 2017. So far we've only had our monthly, I have a monthly bonus tab here. There also should be a weekly tab. This is my husband's account, so I don't think he has a weekly tab. But you can also change it to see all of that, and there'll be a graph and all of that data. So that's how you can see how you're getting paid. So, oh, this is my account. Never mind. So that's that. We'll sign that out, and you guys can see the summary chart. So, Amber, should we go ahead and dive in?
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you start us off?
Okay, so I am going to specifically be talking about customers and commission. So I have it scrolled down to this little portion about commission and customers. So if you're new to Plexus, we get paid 11 different ways. Now, with that, we get commissions from customers, we get bonuses from customers, and then we also get some commission and bonuses and some really cool things with our team. So right now I'm just going to focus on customers. Now, the great thing, actually, I think I'm going to toggle to my face before I get into that so I can chat with you, and then I'll go back to the screen. So basically with Plexus, all you have to do to be commission qualified, the only thing you have to do is have $100 in personal volume. That's it. That right there, you guys, is gigantic. It's amazing. We are not paying monthly fees. We have that annual fee, so I guess that also counts your annual fee of $34.95 and your $100 in volume. Other companies, you guys, they have monthly dues or quarterly dues, website dues, all sorts of things just to get paid. All we have to do is have $100 in volume. And again, that $100 for most of us is our own personal product. Again, an awesome selling point. For most other companies, your personal product doesn't count. You don't get paid on it. For us, that counts towards our volume. And in other companies, they're required to purchase so much because they have to sell so much. They're required to keep a certain amount of stock. We are not required to do any of that. You guys, this is like groundbreaking. This is why a lot of people don't want to do network marketing or don't want to have anything to do with the business. You mention ambassador and they shut you down real quick because they don't realize that we're not actually asking them for a lot. We're just saying, you're going to be buying your product anyway. You might as well get it cheaper as an ambassador. So just a cool tidbit with our company, $100, that's it. And it's $100 in volume. So yes, the actual dollar amount that you're spending is not necessarily the volume. It's a little bit lower, but again, compared to some other companies, it's not drastically lower. It's not like $50 lower than what you're paying. It's very similar to what we're paying in dollar amount. So with that, let's go back to the comp plan, and you can see how much you'll be getting paid. Now, your first $100, you don't make money. That goes straight to the company. But everything over 100, that's when you start making money. So let's look at the comp plan summary chart so you can see exactly how much you're making. So we're looking at this box at the bottom. It says retail rewards commission. Now it said paid on your personal volume minus $100 in PV. So sometimes people that are new confuse what their ambassadors are purchasing and their customers are purchasing and what they're purchasing. Basically, any order through your personal website, so that's your order and customer orders, retail orders and preferred orders, that counts towards this commission. So stuff that your ambassadors are doing, that's separate. Anything that comes through your website, customer orders or your order, that's going to count towards this. So you can see right here very clearly, anything between $0 and $99.99, you're not making commission. Once you hit that $100, everything over that, you're making 15%. So literally, if you are personally buying Triplex and Block, you're already getting 15% just on your own order. Now, when you hit $500 in a month's time, so this is all of the month of January or all of the month of February. Once you hit that $500, everything over 100, you make 25% commission. So quick math, you have 500 PV, subtract $100, that's 400 PV right there. You're getting 25% of that. $100 right there. And I love it. Again, another perk about Plexus is that we do not sell $12 tubes of lipsticks. We don't sell $20 candles. We sell products that have a significant volume amount that people need and need multiple products of. And so that PV adds up quickly compared to if you were selling, I love leggings, I love lipstick, I love all those things, but how many people am I going to have to sell leggings to get $500 PV? How many people am I going to have to sell lipstick to get 500? It's a lot. With Plexus, it's probably your order and probably 4 other people, give or take what products they're getting. So right there, it's $100. You guys, $100 in a paycheck, it's groundbreaking in MLMs. Other companies are not making that money. They're just not. And that's why people are so hesitant. And that's why you guys need to know what you have, because it's such a huge, huge deal.
And Janelle, you know what I love about this also is that everyone gets paid the same. You know, there's a lot of companies that the higher you get up, the more percentage you make on your customers. But this, whether you have one person underneath you, whether you're all by yourself, you get paid the same as the Diamond Ambassador on those customers. So I think that's a huge thing that I love.
Yes, that's so huge. I forget about that. It's kind of crazy. Honestly, if you look at other comp plans, they're so confusing. And you have to, just like Amber said, I'm not going to reiterate it, but yes, right away you can start making this money. So with that, you guys know with customers, they have 2 options. They can be a retail customer or a preferred customer. We know that preferred is the best option for the customer because they are getting an auto shipment, which means they'll be consistent on their products. They don't have the hassle of ordering. They have their own login so they can cancel, edit it, change it at any time, and they get a significant discount on our products. The nice thing for us as an ambassador is that we get a bonus every single time that preferred customer orders. So Triplex, our most popular combo pack, you can see it right there. It's a $20 bonus. So you get a preferred customer in the month of January. So you're going to be making commission on them. You're also going to get that $20 in the month of January. And then when their auto ship goes through in February, you get the $20 and the commission. And then when it goes through in March, the same thing over and over and over and over. Huge, huge, you guys. So this right here, if all you ever did was get customers, you will be getting a significant paycheck. So I love this. And like Amber said, it's the same for every single ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah. On customers?
Was that?
Sorry, anything else to add on customers?
No, I mean, you can just see, like, if let's say someone orders that triplex, that means you're getting 25% on that order, so $25 plus $20. So that's $45 off that a little bit over $100 order. Like, that is just incredibly generous. I sometimes I forget how generous that the whole customer base is. And that's really where you want you to start your new ambassador, is getting those customers so that you can start getting paid right away like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I'm doing a call on Thursday on how to get your products for free. I mean, 3 customers on Triplex right there, that will cover the cost of your Triplex product. So if you're one of those people that are like, that's your first goal to make enough money to cover your product, that right there will get you to that goal. And the nice thing is, this is, again, we're all talking about customers. Amber's going to start talking about growing a team. You don't have to have a certain number of customers to advance and rank with Plexus. Again, in other companies, it's very complicated. You have to have like a certain number of sales in order to get through the ranks. Honestly, Amber and I at Emerald, if all we did was $100 in volume, we would still get the same paycheck. I mean, well, obviously we wouldn't be getting the commissions from customers, but we don't have to have like thousands of dollars in volume in order to be in the top tier of the company, which again, very generous and a huge perk.
Yeah, so we should move on to building a team, Janelle?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about when you want to start building a team. So if you just want to get customers, you can do that. We used to have some ambassadors on our team. Man, they're so good at getting customers and having huge PV every month. They're making good money. But the real fortune, if you want to build a legacy, if you want to build a financial wall around your family, you need to build a team. Okay, so building a team, we get paid a lot of different ways for that as well. And that is when you can really start seeing the residual income that we're always talking about. So let's say you tell 3 people about Plexus. Well, those 3 people, they're going to be your level 1s. And so you personally signed them. They trusted you. And I really want to tell you something. If you're just starting out, I really want to discourage you guys about putting other people under somebody else. So I learned that the hard way. I did that when I first started. I thought, oh, I'll help my friends out. I'll help my family out. Put some people under other people. And I don't necessarily, from a business sense, it's not a good idea. Learn from my mistake. Don't do it. If you found that person, if they are trusting you, you put them as your level 1. Do not put them under anybody else. There's a few reasons for that. One, that person trusted you. If you put them under somebody else, and maybe that person doesn't end up working the business, it could really mess with that person. And they wanted you to be their sponsor. Another reason is, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So just if you found them, keep them in your level 1. Okay, so your level 1s, you get 5 points for. This is another way that we can pay.
Sorry, Amber, can I just bounce off of what you just said really quickly?
Yeah.
And sometimes if, like I said, I didn't have any MLM experience. So sometimes people that come from other companies will ask me that question. Oh, where should I put people? Or how should I, structure it? And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Put them under you. Why would you put them under somebody else? But it's because in other companies, you have to balance your legs. We'll talk about that in a second. But like, if you have a strong leg, a strong team under you in another company, you have to match it. And so people get stressed out playing this weird, like, chess, domino, whatever game. But Plexus, you get paid on everybody on your team. So don't worry about it. If you found them, you put them under you. You don't stress about putting them under anybody else. Everybody can build their own business. Nobody's going to build it for you. You build it yourself with Plexus.
Yeah. So you can go as wide as you want. Bridget Ryan signed like 200 level 1s. You can go as wide as you want, and that is going to build the healthiest business for you. Okay. So those points is another way that we get paid. So each level 1 that you sign is worth 5 points every month that they have 100 PV. If they have 100 PV that month, am I still on there? Okay, yeah. So you see that right there? Your level 1 gets 5 points. Now, so if they start signing people, if your level 1 personally signs somebody, that is called your level 2. They also give you 5 points. So when I signed up my sister. My sister then started signing people. Those are my level 2s. They give me 5 points. Then they started signing people. If they have 100 PV that month, they give you 5 points as well. Then my level 4s give me 4 points. My level 5s gives me 3 points. My level 6s give me 2 points. And my level 7s give me 1 point. Now in our back office, we can actually see through level 12, but you get paid 1 through 7. And that is when, you get paid 1 through 7 starting when you're a senior Ruby. But even at a silver, you get paid 1 through 5, and that is incredibly generous of Plexus. Okay, so you get these points. Let's say you have 100 points at the end of the month. You're gold. What does that mean? Well, those points are worth about $3 every month. Depending on how the company did that month, it fluctuates $2.75, $3. And so that at the end of the month, if it was $3, you had 100 points, that is $300 right there. Now you can see that this is money. So my sister Christy signed 2 years ago. I got 5 points for her 2 years ago. And 24 months since then, I have been getting $15 from Christy every single month. And so if you look at your 2s and your 3s and your 4s and how wide it ends up getting, that it ends up being the level 7s and 6s that you end up getting paid even the most from, because there's so many in the end. So this has got to be my favorite way to get paid, because whether I did the work one time and I get paid every single month for that work that I did one time, and that is residual income. So for that person to count for you, they have to have paid their yearly fee for that year and 100 PV for that month. Anything I'm missing on that, Janelle?
No, that's perfect.
Okay, so the next way that we get paid is by business building bonuses. And that is another way of building your team. So when I sign up somebody, I'm not only going to get paid for them every month, I'm also going to get a bonus from when they signed up. And these are paid out every Friday. And I'll tell you, this was like a huge blessing to me, especially when I first started. and Friday night came and, hey, I can take my family out to dinner, or I can actually put gas in my car. Those checks on Friday were a lifesaver. And so we get paid 5 times a month if we're signing people. So this goes down 7 levels deep. So when you sign up an ambassador, they have an option to buy the $99 welcome pack or the $199 welcome pack. If it is your personally sponsored ambassador, your level 1, you will get, from the $99 welcome pack, it's $24.75. If they get the $199 pack, which is the smartest way to go, which I wish I would have known when I started. I was super cheap. I'm always getting the cheapest thing, $99. But the $199 is the best deal. So if they get the $199 welcome pack, you get $49.75. Okay, so then not only do you get that, your sponsor above you, 3 above you, get paid. So even though they had nothing to do with signing this person, even though I have nothing to do with my level 3 signing anybody, I'm getting paid. So on a $99 welcome pack, if they're your level 1, you're going to get $24.75. If they're your level 2, you get $12.50. If they're your level 3, you get $7.50. And if they're your level 4, you get $4.95. So you can imagine that this really starts adding up as your team grows. And if you have 10 level 3s and a couple level 2s and a level 1 that signed that week, that Friday paycheck is more than just a little extra. It's actually the size of a lot of part-time jobs. And in the $199 welcome pack, if it's your level 1, you get $49.75. If it's your level 2, you get $24.98. If it's your level 3, it's $14.93. And if it's your level 4, it's $9.95. And so that is just an awesome bonus, just a little extra something that they throw in just to help you throughout the week. So I am a big fan of that one as well. And then the next way of building a team is ranking. So we've all heard about, I want to get to silver, I want to get to gold. And Janelle and I were talking about sometimes people don't quite understand what that entails. Maybe they just think, to get to gold, all I need is 100 points. Well, there's a few other little things that you need to know about ranking and what your bonuses are and what the requirements are to get there. So let's look at ranking real quick. We'll start with silver. So to be a silver ambassador, you have to personally sponsor 3 ambassadors. So that is not, you sponsor 1 and somebody under you sponsors 2. You personally have to sponsor 3 ambassadors, and then they each have to have 100 PV. And then it is $100 that you get in a bonus, and right away you get paid on your levels 1 through 5. That is really, really generous of Plexus. So 3 personally sponsored, your bonus is $100, and you get paid 1 through 5. Now gold, it gets a little bit trickier. To get to gold, still, you have to have 3 sponsored ambassadors personally. So you can't have 2 and then somebody else have 18. You have to have 3, and then your level 1 can have 17. It doesn't have to be all you. It doesn't have to be you having 20 personal ones, but you have to have 100 points. So that looks like about 20 people on your team, because your team is still not very deep at that point usually. And so maybe they're your level 1s, 2s, 3s. It's about 20 people, but it's 100 points. Now here is what some people don't understand. 15 of those points, so you need 100 total. 15 of those points have to be outside your strongest leg. So when I started, Erin Bush took off like a rock star, and she is my strongest leg. Well, luckily, I signed a couple other people that were doing really well as well. And so I had at least 15 of those points outside of Erin's leg. So whoever is your strongest leg brings you the most points. You can't just ride their coattails to the top. And so I think that's super important with Plexus, because there are people, as you get along in this business more, you see they're just kind of in it for the paycheck. They're just not really working the business. And so Plexus says, okay, you're not going to be able to get paid all 7 levels. You're not going to get to be able to promote unless you are doing the work as well. And so that's kind of how they protect everyone from people just kind of letting everyone else do the work. So to get to gold, 3 personally sponsored, 100 points total, 15 outside your strongest leg, and your bonus is $250. And again, you get paid 1 through 5. Do you want to do senior gold, Janelle?
Yeah, and let me just add to that. So Amber mentioned you need about 20 people that are active. So that means they hit that $100 in that same month. Now remember, not everybody's going to hit that. So probably to get to gold, you're going to need more than 20 because people are quit, their credit card's going to decline, they're going to not have money that month. So it's not an exact 20, just to keep in mind. Sometimes people get fixated on that 20. 20 people that hit that $100 by the end of the month. And that will get you your points. So that's that for gold. Around gold, some people start having level 4s and stuff like that earlier, but it's probably around gold, maybe senior gold, you start getting level 4s. So just keep in mind, now that we're looking at points, it's not all 5 points each. It's 1 through 3, you get 5 points. Level 4, you get 4 points. And you have the chart. You can always reference this, go to it. So
yeah.
Moving on to senior gold. From here down to senior ruby, it's kind of self-explanatory once you know how to get to gold. But at senior gold, again, your annual membership needs to be current. You need to have at least sponsored 3 people. You should have probably sponsored way more than that, but at least 3 people you sponsored under yourself. And then you need 250 points in your total organization. So your total team is 250 points. If you're just thinking 1 through 3s, quick math, 25 divided by 5, that's about 50 people. You're probably going to have level 4s, maybe some 5s, maybe more. So you're probably going to have more people on your team. But just to kind of give you an idea of how big your team is getting at these levels, you're going to be having a lot of people on your team. And again, you need about 40 people outside of that primary leg. So again, a primary leg is your level 1, whatever team is giving you the most points that are under you. So outside of that one team, you need just 40 points. That's not a lot, you guys. It's really not a lot. So if someone can't get to senior gold because they're missing that outside leg, they've got to work their personal business. And then again, you get a bonus of $350 just for ranking. It's a one-time bonus, and you get paid levels 1 through 6. So, do you want to go through each of these?
I guess just, you need to start looking at that outside leg. And that's another reason it's important to always sign people at yourself as your level 1s, because you don't know what those early decisions will look like down the road. So if I had put somebody on Erin's team, and then I was struggling with my outside leg. So right now, if you look down at Emerald, you need 375 points on your outside leg. Well, at Sapphire, you need 750. So I have 3,000 points every month. I have 3,000 points. And you don't think about that outside leg because it looks like, 15, 40 points, 100 points. Well, now I need 750 points on my outside leg, and that's where I'm struggling. And so some of those early decisions have kind of affected. So I have to really step up my game. And also it shows Erin worked harder, was more passionate, maybe just had a different journey than me. But I'm not able to keep promoting just because Erin is this rock star in the business. I have to build other teams. So I think it's super important just to always be building your own business so that you never have to have those outside leg issues. And then you also notice that Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond, you stop getting those the one-time bonus because something even better is about to come. So, and you see as it goes up, you're personally sponsored. To get to Diamond, you only have to have 7 personally sponsored ambassadors with 100 PV every month. But I would really, really suggest to build as many as you can, because I think my goal is to have at least 7 diamonds underneath me eventually, so that those teams are solid as my level 1s. Those teams are solid, and that you have secured a financial future for your family.
Yeah, and so just our emphasis that we're telling you sign people. If you want to grow, you sign people, and then help your people sign people. It's the beauty of this business that you are in control of who you sign. And then when you help the people on your team, it doesn't hurt you. it helps you and it helps them. Just another note, in other comp plans, other companies, if you had someone get to a certain rank, once they hit that rank, they fall off your team. So say, for example, like Erica Thomas is under me. When she hit Ruby, as an example, in another company, she would fall off of me and I would never get paid on her ever again. The bulk of my leg is from Erica Thomas's team. So with Plexus, I mean, you can have a rock star. You just also have to work your business too. Because the reality is, if Erica's whole leg fell off, that's all of you guys, Stephanie Murray, Amber, Sarah, all the jewels, all on that one leg, I would not be Emerald. I wouldn't. There'd be no way. And so that is the beauty, that you get paid on everyone. You're never stressed or in competition with people on your team. You're never actually wanting them to not promote. In other companies, I mean, you don't want your people to promote because then you stop getting paid. I just think that's insane. That's no way to lead a team. You can't be a good leader if you're not wanting your people to advance. That's crazy. So that's the culture at Plexus is very different. The culture here is all of us helping everybody. Even if you're not on my team, it's going to help me, because if you do well, sales are going to go up, points are going to go up, and that's going to benefit me too. So that's why you hear it so often, especially from people that have had experience in other companies, that we don't have this competitive, weird vibe, that it really is one Plexus, and we really want each other to do better. It's not fake. It's because our comp plan is set up to encourage people. And just another tip about why our company is amazing. We really encourage, if somebody told you about Plexus, you go to that person. And if you're a customer with that person, you stay with that person. And if you want to become an ambassador, you become an ambassador with that person. It's this whole idea of loyalty. Where in other companies, not everybody has the same stock. So I go to one party online and I can find the leggings that I really want, when really my friend is selling, but she doesn't have the leggings I want in my size. So I'm going to go buy from this stranger that I don't even know because I want that. Whereas Plexus, we all have access to all the same thing. We don't have to be in competition. I don't need to join 85 million groups. I just go with my friend that I trust, and I go with her. That's kind of a long tangent, but really,
that's so good.
If people are considering Plexus or this, Plexus or that, guys, it's like no comparison. Nothing compares, because it's simple here. We have a lot of ways that you get paid, but once you get that, you realize wow, we really don't have to deal with all that other crap other people do.
Yeah. And then before we get on to the pools, we've got to talk real quick about Fast Start Gold, because that is something I think we do not tell our people enough about, especially in the beginning. I didn't start my journey until 6 months afterwards. But when I decided to do the business, I think we signed 18 people within a few weeks. And so I would have been able to do that Fast Start Gold if I had not sat on my butt for 6 months. But I think a lot of people who want the business need to know that if you can get to Fast Start Gold, you get the bonuses, and I think that's awesome. You get the silver bonus doubled, and then you get the gold bonus doubled. So that's $750 plus all those welcome pack bonuses that you got. But I think more important than even the money, the bonuses, is that puts you into a momentum. If you can sign 20 people or that first month, and if it's your first month, you could probably do 20 people with that 100 PV. So if you're in your first month, if you can sign those 20 people, that is going to put your team into a momentum. And I believe that's why we were able to get to Emerald so quickly, is because right in the beginning, we signed 30 people within that first month. And it put us into a momentum that just kept going, because it's shown that adding 30 or 20 people all at once is more profitable than signing 20 people here and there, one at a time, maybe two this month, because that way it's not the same momentum as doing it all at once. So I think we really need to be pushing that Fast Start Gold. And if they sign 15 in their first month and they miss that Fast Start Gold, that's still 15 people that are all excited, all ready to do it together. You know, they're all new and learning together. So that's a huge thing that I think we need to be pushing more.
Perfect. So one thing we also forgot to mention is this little retail override commissions. It says paid on your level 1 ambassadors. So again, you're signing ambassadors, and then whatever they do over $100, you get 5%. Now, 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 30 level 1s and one gal has $2,000 PV and one gal has $500 PV and another guy has $1,000, it adds up. I mean, it really adds up over time. So this is just another perk for you personally signing ambassadors. You get that 5% override. And just another note, again, I sort of said it before, when you're looking at these ranks, you notice there's no organizational volume. Again, if you're coming from another company, you'll know what that term is. If you've only done Plexus, you're like, I have no idea what that is. And people will brag on their organizational volume. And it's awesome. Like, we love that our team has volume because that means we have lots of customers, and that's great. It doesn't help you rank. And it's great because that means you don't have that stress of our team selling $20,000 of product in the month of January. And if they don't sell that product, then I'm not going to get my bonus this month. Our stuff has nothing to do with that. So that's why sometimes you'll see in other companies at the end of the month, they're hustling, trying to get people to buy product because they're trying to get that volume. Because if they don't get that volume, they're not going to hit their big bonus, or they're not going to hit that rank.
Or they're buying it for themselves just in a stockpile in their house because they had to reach a certain amount. Oh man, I've seen so many people just with jewelry because they had to hit that amount every month.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, in other companies, like a rank, any sort of rank, I was going to say a rank like Amber and I, but even at any rank, you are required to have a certain amount of volume, or you essentially lose your bonuses, so you would lose your big check. And so people just keep buying stuff. And that's why people get so burned, because their closets are full of crap that are expiring or that people don't want. And they're maxing out credit cards so that they can get paid, which makes no sense. So you guys, I'm telling you, with Plexus, $100 in volume, you get paid. Like, that is insane. It's unheard of. And we have something so special in our hands. And with that $100 in volume, it unlocks all these different ways to get paid. So anything else to add before I talk about our pools?
Just that we get paid in cash is another huge thing. A lot of companies will get paid in products, in like a gift card towards their own stuff. And so Plexus lets us choose what we want to do with our money. And I just love that we get paid in cash.
All right, I'm going to talk about our pools. So, as Emperor mentioned, you can see with every rank you get a one-time achievement bonus. So really awesome, huge bonus. Once you hit the jewel status, which is Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond, you no longer get that one-time achievement bonus because you get something better. And since it doesn't say it on here, I'm gonna stop share so you can see my face. So basically, this is really cool, you guys. Plexus takes whatever their profits are from the month, and they keep 50%, so that we have a company, we have executives, we have product. They keep that 50%. Then 50% goes to all ambassadors. That's where the Plexus pay points come from. That's where everybody gets paid out of. Of that 50%, then there are share pools. There's a 5% cutout just reserved for the jewels. When you reach Emerald, there's a 3% little piece of that pie that gets divided out between emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds. And I'll tell you something, that little piece of the pie is definitely way more than I was making with my 2 part-time jobs after school. It's definitely a significant number, like a 4-figure number. So it's huge. Once you hit emeralds, not only do you have a huge amount of points, you're required to have 1,500 points. So Our average pay point is about 280, 270. So quick math, we'll just say $3. That's $4,500 just in points, plus the share pool, which I can't say exactly how much it is, but it's significant every single month. That's why if you want that residual income, getting to dual status is so huge, because I can have a baby and not be, super hyper focused on my business, still working it, but nursing, not sleeping, and be getting that significant income every single month. I mean, how incredible is that? So that's the Emerald Share Pool. It's that 3% of all the profits that happen. So it does fluctuate, not crazy, but it does fluctuate a little bit. So I can't give you an exact number. Now, for sapphires, there's another little 1% that comes out, and that is divided between all of the sapphires and all of the diamonds. Now, 1% doesn't sound significant, but when you have a company that's doing what did we do earlier this year? Like $50 million in sales, like earlier in the year, something crazy. I mean, divided between hundreds of people, we probably have about 500 jewels. 500 jewels. Emerald and above. So once you get to sapphire, I mean, that share pool, you're only splitting it with sapphires and diamonds. It's significant. And remember, you're still getting that emerald 3% pool. And then again, when you get to diamond, at diamond, you get a 1% share pool that's only divided between the diamonds. And that number is even smaller of how many diamonds there are. So they're getting the 3% pool, the 1% sapphire pool, and the diamond pool. So that's why these things are so crazy. And don't forget, their points are so high in order to reach sapphire and diamond. I mean, it's significant. In order to be sapphire, 3,000 points. 3,000 times $3. You guys do the math, and $9,000 just in points. It's crazy money. I thought it was like literally not possible. Like, this is a joke. Who makes that kind of money? And then you have all your friends and you're like in this group of people like, wow, it's really possible. This is really insane. So that explains the share pools. The awesome thing that Plexus does, I'm going to flip back to the chart. So you can see, just so you see again, get a glimpse of what that means. To get to emerald, it's 1,500 points. Then to get to sapphire, it's 3,000. So essentially, whatever you did to emerald, you got to do it again to get to sapphire. So it's a huge leap. And then again, to get to diamond, do it one more time to get to diamond. Now, here's a really cool thing. Crazy Plexus. When a diamond gets to 6,000 points, they can re-enter under themselves. So what that means is me, Janelle Espling, when I get to 6,000 points, I will assign Janelle Espling. So Janelle Espling, number 2, is going to be my level 1. So Why does that matter? Who cares? Well, then basically everybody I sign from there on out goes under Janelle Espling, number 2. So then Janelle Espling gets her business building bonus, that $25. But then so do I. I get that $12.50. Janelle Espling, number 2, creates a huge team, maybe becomes a gold ambassador, senior gold, ruby, emerald. They get all those points. Well, I'm still under the original Janelle Espling, double paid. It's like insanity that they would even allow that. It's really double dipping and encouraged to do so. So in our company, Celeste Gwen, you all know she's a double diamond. Crazy. A double diamond in such a short amount of time. Jen Hawkins is a diamond sapphire. And there are so many other diamonds that are diamond gold, diamond senior gold. And so that kind of explains, when you see that, what that means. And kind of one more perk that's not on here, but just something I wanted to share. Most of you probably know, but if you don't, if you're married, you can sign your spouse under you. Again, crazy. Insane, because it's the same idea. I signed my husband, Scott, under me, and I pretty much put almost everybody under him. So again, what does that mean? When he signs, which is really me, he gets a bonus, but so do I. When he, at the end of the month, has points, He's a gold ambassador, so about 100 points. He's getting paid on those 100, but because he's right under me, I get paid on those people too. Everything, even when my husband has commission, like this is silly, he has $500 commission every month. I get that 5% override. So we got 25%, and then I get it. So it's pretty crazy, and Plexus encourages it. It's not like taboo. It's actually legit to do. We would encourage waiting to sign your spouse and put people under there, because remember, when you look at the comp plan, you want to make sure you have enough outside leg. So if I sign Scott right away and put everybody under him, I don't know where I would be. I don't know. I probably would have just messed it all up, because I probably wouldn't have enough points. I don't know. It's hard to say in retrospect, but we would just say, be careful. Don't do it right away. Some people say gold. Some people will say wait even longer till ruby. I didn't sign my husband until I was in emerald. But we would just say, don't do it right away. There's no need, because then you're going to have to be balancing 2 organizations until you have huge momentum and for sure you're good. Like you can get to diamond you without him. I would wait. But it's an awesome perk, and you can totally take advantage of it. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, I think we covered everything, all 11 ways. And I really like the new chart that's coming out too. So that should be out soon. You guys will be able to read up on it and stuff. But we could see if anyone has any questions.
Yeah, so if any of you guys have questions, you can type it in the chat bubble, or you can unmute yourself and ask. Again, what is easy for me to break up is customers, I get paid a certain way. Team, I get paid a certain way. And then when I get to jewel status, I get paid in a whole another way. Oh, we forgot to mention the Plexus Lexus program. I don't know if it's on here. Some charts say it, some charts don't. But the Plexus Lexus program, when you rank to the rank of Emerald, you have the opportunity to participate. You don't have to, but basically there are certain models that you can get, and they give you a stipend of $500. People always ask how this works, so I'll just share. Basically, You go get the car, you can buy it, you can lease it. Most of us lease it because we're planning on going diamond, so we're planning on switching cars. Most people lease it, it's cheaper, and they give you a $500 stipend. So the car is in your name, you get a stipend every single month. They basically pay you to drive a really nice car. I could never, ever afford a Lexus in my life. And then when you get to diamond, this stipend increases to $1,000, and you get to pick from a whole new set of cars, and so you can upgrade your Plexus Lexus. You can go small if you don't have small children, and you can do Corvette style, or you can get a big SUV for those of us that have kids that don't fit in their current car. Pretty soon, once I have this baby, we won't fit in our RX anymore, so we'll need a big car. But
and we shared with you guys like the 11 ways that we get paid, but that's not even talking like all the perks that we get on top of that. So that Lexus is one of the perks, and Hawaii is one of the perks. When you go Emerald, you get to go to Hawaii every year. And so I just got not the invitation, but the email that says like, you're going to Maui. So 2 years in a row now, we get to go first class with a rental car to a 5-star resort. This time we're going to take our girls. So there is no other company out there that treats their ambassadors. I mean, and that's okay. So Jewels, wait till I get to Jewel. This month, they are giving anybody who signs 3 ambassadors and 3 customers with at least 50 PV on their first order a brand new Garmin watch, which is worth like $250. When I worked in corporate America, when I worked at Coco's, I was a waitress forever, you never got incentives like that. There is not companies out there. Anybody has a chance to get that Garmin watch. And every month now, for the last several months, they are having incentives every single month just to bless us and to give even more to what's already a super generous compensation plan.
Yes, absolutely. And, you always see, like right now we're in the middle of convention credits. So convention is in June, end of May, June. And everybody, not just Jules, every single person has the opportunity to earn credits every single month. And you can earn your convention. I mean, basically, and beyond. So many different prizes. After convention, then they'll do a contest for leaders retreat. And so it's always, again, our company pays us super generously. And on top of that, they give us opportunities to earn even more. So hands down, our comp plan is like none other. I mean, if you study other comp plans, you'll see like it's a mess. It's not set up for you to make money. It's really not. I mean, we always talk about friends that join other companies. We're like, oh my gosh, like she just spent $5,000 to start. That's crazy. Like, yeah. You have to make $5,000 to break even on your first investment, and you're investing every single month. Plexus, $100, guys, $100 every month, and that gets you commission qualified. Insane.
I get excited just talking about it. I'm ready to sign up again.
I know. Anybody have questions? If not, we will wrap up. You're welcome. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you.
Right. I'm going to go wash the mud out of my hair.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like you don't have questions. I hope this was helpful, and we recorded it so you can watch it multiple times if you need to. But I feel like now hearing it, you can look at the summary chart on your own and be able to look at it, print out the Word document if you need the wording. And if you still don't understand something, reach out to your upline and they'll help you. So with that, good night, everybody.
Guys, have a good night.